Hey there, friends. I'm currently taking a break from the day job because I'm waiting for technology to start working correctly. And this just came in the mail, so I thought, hey, why not make a video about it? So I have here, it just came in the mail, I haven't unwrapped it yet, Mildred Payne's Secret Pocket Oracle Deluxe Edition. And I had originally gotten the little Pocket Oracle way back when it came out, and I got one or two of the expansions, and then I just, I love what Patrick Valenza does from a marketing perspective. It just became, I was like constantly shoveling money over, and then I remembered emailing and saying, hey, we would love like a playing card size, and he's like, that's definitely not in the plans, not gonna happen. And so, I said, okay, that's great. I like the thing. It's hard, it's hard for me to shuffle. I just wanted like a playing card size. And then the first version of the Deluxe came out, and by that point I had kind of moved on and was like, whatever. But then the other day, this came through in one of the emails. Oops, I gotta scratch the box. Beep. And I was just feeling, I don't know, 2020, and so I ordered it. I do like it, and it's headed into like spoopy times, so I thought, why not? So it is, it is bigger substantially than the original size. I have to be careful with my table. I've got all this sort of weighted stuff. And this has cards that I haven't seen because they were part of expansion packs. I didn't get. This box is going to get really destroyed by me. I don't think there's a way to do this without damaging it in one way or another. This is always the hard part about unboxing videos. There we go. So, I loved the story that he created for Mildred and when he originally did this, and it was just very clever and cool. And I actually thought the deck itself was kind of badass. Like, I did some readings with it, and I thought, hey, this is kind of dope. So this is 80. I've scratched the cards too. Bam, bat 1,000 today. So anyway, this is I think 80 cards now. 88 cards. So we're coming upon 100. The original were 54. So there's many that I have not seen. So let us explore. So there's just the story card, and then there's Mildred. So these have like a normal back. Cardstock's pretty thin. But that's fine. This is a lot to shuffle, so I don't even know if you can actually riffle shuffle this many cards. But here's the ones you probably have seen before. That was Fetus. This is Time. Hag, which is how I feel today. Girl. I love the sort of weird, like, it's sort of part like Greek mask and part like creepy doll. Boy. Devil, Tooth, Blood. This kind of set, which I don't even know really if Patrick Valenza meant for this to be used for anything other than, just sort of it being cool, but it reminds me a bit of charm casting in the way that you would read charms, sort of contextually. So, that's how I would use it when I did, and I'd done a couple of readings. Like, I've never done a client reading with this because I wouldn't even know what to call it in my shop. So these are the original that were in the middle of the original 54. And then there were one or two expansion packs that I had, as I said. Dagger, Boot. And the way I've learned to read charms, which was through Carrie Paris's workshop at the Reader Studio, is kind of contextually, like in the context of what the question is or what the situation is, kind of how does a key or a boot relate to the situation. You know, a boot might mean a kick in the pants, for example, or it could mean Italy, depending on what you're asking. There's the cat, the flower, the mirror, the stick, the puppet, the wall, the house, the moth. You know, again, a moth could be like a moth to a flame. It could be something that's swift, something that's nocturnal. It could also be something that is a pest. Wheel. Tree. It's a very simple, just very cool kind of thing, and it has this great, like, you know, sort of aged quality to it. Factory is not one I remember. That's interesting. Oraculum. So now, these are where we get into, I don't know that he changed the order at all, I'm not sure, but this would be, the original was 54, so this is where we would start getting into others. Love an owl. Herb. Shell. Comet. A scourge. Rope. Book. Wish. Dragon. Sage. Acorn. Volcano. And scarab. Some of these I could actually see taking out if I were going to use this. Just because, you know, they don't necessarily have an association for me that is useful in a reading that I can think of, but, you know, let's see how it is to shuffle. Kind of great, actually. That's backwards. That's backwards. So, I mean, if I were going to do a reading with this, I'd probably read it like Sibylla. And I liked, you know, if you've watched my channel at all, you know what a fan I am of the 9-card box, which is very Lenormand, Sibylla, Kipper. But, you know, it always depends to me on the question how I would work with something like this. You know, if the question is about a job, I would obviously read it very differently than if it's about a a romance or something like that. So, but what is great about it is that it's very kind of like in your face. Like you can see immediately what it is. This is just an easier size to shuffle, I would say. The smaller one is kind of like charms. Like you could sort of just cast them, I would say. And then as a reader, you would sort of interpret it based on your associations of things, which is one reason why I might take like the pentagram out, for example. But who knows? You know what I mean? If the question's about like how do I survive this project at work, then I might say, for example, that the fish is going to represent fluidity, and so I might read that top row with fish, bone, and wheel. As despite the fact that the situation is really rigid, you're going to have to be fluid, go with the flow, and you're going to be at the mercy of it to a degree. Just make sure not to get your bones stuck in the wheel. With the frog, the eye, and the cauldron, I'm like, they're actually looking at you. This is an experiment for you. They're looking at you to see if you're going to survive the heat. And I'm thinking of frog as an experiment. With the combination here, pentagram, devil, and diamond, it's like they're looking for a sign, that you can actually survive their monstrosities, if you're tough enough. So really you have to survive it because they're looking at you to test you. This is really a test. So, just very quickly, for example, and then I would do the columns and stuff. But yeah, that's just a quick look at this cool deck that I think this is the newest edition of this deck. Patrick Valenza does do a lot of different editions of things. So this is the exclusive deluxe edition, 88 cards. The Mildred Payne Secret Pocket Oracle Deluxe Edition. Now in playing card size. Well, it has been for a while. So much larger than the original. But fun, I think, and definitely appropriate for this kind of October time frame. But again, that's not... I think that this actually is a very readable deck, which is one reason why I spent money on it, because I really tend not to buy decks I don't at least anticipate that I'll read with. So... that's that. Take care. Hope you're healthy. Hope you're well. Take care of each other, and we'll talk soon.